Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Danielle Gaudet, and I'm here for another conscious conversation here on Earth Management TV. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new, please feel free to say hello and let us know where you're calling in from. And if you're returning, you're welcome to do the same. Today's topic is about choice, which I think is very exciting because this is sort of one of my favorite topics. I think recognizing the power of choice that we have is is so empowering for ourselves, and it's so important. So again, those of us who are here wanting to create a better world, creation, any kind of creation, begins with choice. So, whatever I'm choosing eventually becomes what I'm creating. So, if I'm choosing a lot of worry or anxiety, later I'm creating more worry and anxiety in my life. Does that make sense? Now, it sounds funny, right? Because we're not always conscious of our choices. So, today, what I'm really talking about is conscious choosing, the importance of conscious choosing, that we need to become more conscious of our choices. Because, as I just said, even if you're not conscious of your choices, somehow then you end up choosing like sort of unconsciously or subconsciously choosing for your habits, like habitual choices, choosing for your, like I just said, habitual worry, anxiety, choosing for your fears or your anger, your stress inside. Hello, Amy. Welcome. Glad to have you here. So it's very important that we become conscious about our choices because we're always choosing something, actually. But a lot of the times we're unconscious about what we're choosing. And then we're like, oh, why is this happening in my life? We kind of want to blame life or blame others because we're not aware of all the little choices we were making to get to that moment. So conscious choosing is realizing what I have been choosing, just sort of waking up to it. This is very important. For conscious choosing, we need to be aware so we can catch that moment when we realize, like, oh, I'm choosing to complain right now, or I'm choosing to be negative or be unloving to myself, connected to last week's topic about self love, noticing when I'm choosing to be unloving or unkind to myself in some way. Becoming aware of that, the moment I become aware, now I can make a new choice. Realizing that was a choice. It feels like it's not a choice. It feels like it's just happening to me. I'm just in a mood today. I just got overwhelmed by that. That's true because those are deeply ingrained patterns and habitual choosing patterns. So it's on automatic inside. Hello, Blueberry. Welcome. No problem. So we have this like autopilot choosing thing happening, and we don't even feel like that's choice. But as soon as we become conscious and clear and realize, wait, okay, so let's say I woke up and I'm not feeling great today and I'm in a bad mood. I can choose to be cranky, or I can choose to say, okay, bad moods come and go. What can I do? I can make a new choice. I can prepare some delicious food for myself or a calming tea, or I could go for a walk, or I could watch something that makes me laugh or that makes me peaceful, some music perhaps, or something funny. Do you understand? As soon as you realize where you're at, you can make a new choice. And when you do that, you don't need to beat yourself up for where you were, because that would just be choosing more self blame or self hurting in some way, right? But actually, the power really is in our hands to make a completely different choice, a choice for what we really want, a choice for what we really want to create. What do I want to create in my day, in my life? And then when we take this, on a macro scale, what do we want to create in this world, for this earth? It begins with our choices. Imagine if every single human being on the planet, like every single one, started to become more conscious of their choices and of what they really want. No, I want more peace in my life. I want more love in my life. I want more self-love in my day. Let me become more conscious and choose for that. How would that impact the world? I mean, even if it wasn't every single person, but many people, most people, a critical mass of people, this would have a huge impact. Amy, I love these reminders. Yes, because you have taken emotional self-mastery with me many times, Amy, this is very much a reminder. This is an important step in the emotional self-mastery process, the step of choosing. So yes, I'm glad that you're here and that you feel the reminder. You've heard it from me many, many times. Yes, we all need reminders. Even I need reminders, because those old patterns are, they're deep and they're strong, and it comes up like a big wave, and it feels like my only reality. Oh, today is, ruined, or this is horrible, or I'm miserable because of this. We can feel that wave. When you look at it from an energy point of view, we have a lot of energy layers held inside. So sometimes they bubble up, and it does feel like it came out of nowhere and that I had no choice. But these are energy layers that have been growing with our unconscious choices. So sometimes it bubbles up, but at that moment, we get to make a new choice. I can see, Cody. My urge to complain is 24/7. Maybe you're not the only one. I'm sure there are many other people who can feel similar as you and understand that. I understand as well. These negative patterns have built up inside of us for a long time. It's so related to our lives, our childhoods, what we saw, what we learned, how our parents behaved, our teachers, and not knowing all of this, we just kind of kept repeating those habits. Like a habit, it becomes a habit then to complain, for instance. But just because it's a habit doesn't mean it's forever, doesn't mean it's a done deal. It doesn't mean that it's our end all be all truth and reality. It's just a habit. It's just an energy layer. It's just some unconscious thing that I kept repeating and choosing without really realizing it for a long, 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 long time. But why I love this topic so much is because every single moment is a new opportunity for a new choice. Literally, every single moment is a new opportunity for a new choice. So it doesn't matter if I chose it 100 million billion times in my life. Let's say to complain. I'm taking this example because Cody brought it up. I can see Patricia agreeing. I can see another message here, but let me just finish this before I speak to that. So this is a habit to complain. I may have chose it 1 million times in my life. I may have chose it again 5 minutes ago. I may have woken up today and said, I'm not going to complain anymore. That's my choice. I'm going to have a positive day. That's my choice. And I may have complained again, 5, 10, 20 more times. I may have complained again just 1 moment ago. But this moment is a new choice. It doesn't matter about all of that. None of it matters. I can choose to say, oh, I keep complaining, even though I said I keep doing it. I can't do it. I can't change. Oh, it's never going to work. I can choose that. This is why I'm asking you to become conscious choosers. I keep tripping over this phrase here. Conscious choosers. Become conscious. Realize, hey, wait, I'm choosing complaining. I'm choosing to complain about complaining. When you realize that, when your brain wakes up to it, at that moment, you can make a new choice. And your new choice can be anything. It can be, I'm just going to breathe out for a moment, take a pause. I'm going to go for a walk. Again, I'm saying the same things. It can be anything. Call a friend, listen to a song I love, watch something funny on social media, on YouTube, tune into something like this. I'm going to watch something positive for a reminder, as Amy said. Maybe I'm going to go read it in a quote from my book that I'm reading that empowers me and heals me. Any choice, you can make any choice. Every moment is a new opportunity for a new choice. So let me pause and look at some of this. So Patricia, I know I'm supposed to be conscious of my choices, but like you said, it can be so automatic. I continue to work on this. And let me remind you, that's all we can do. And please never, never, beat yourself up for, oh, I'm trying to become conscious, but look, I was automatic again. Because now we're doing the opposite of the point here. This choosing practice is meant to be empowering, healing, and an act of self-love. So if I beat myself up that I wasn't doing it well, or I want to do it more, but I can't do it as much as I want, this isn't being loving and kind to myself. So when you realize it's okay, always take a moment to self-soothe, remind yourself it's totally okay. Oh, like this principle is meant to help us. We can realize, oh, I was unconscious again. Okay, I forgive myself, right? So you can see the tie-in here of all the different conversations that I've been having over all these weeks. Forgive yourself quickly. I forgive myself for forgetting. I forgive myself for my automatic habits. How could I hurt myself from that? That's so old and deep. And there was many reasons why, I was protecting myself or being safe, or I learned that from my parents. I thought that was how to love. I thought that was how to relate to others. There can be so many reasons. It's not important, actually, the reasons. Just recognizing and being kind. It's okay. Forgive myself for that. What would I like to choose right now? So I hope that you'll all take this as a sort of fun challenge. Like, go on this journey for yourself as like an exciting adventure. Ooh, let me see how much I can practice this choosing. And, life helps us fall down and forget again and again and again so that we can choose again and again and again. And every time we choose for what we really want, that's getting stronger and bigger and growing in our lives. And we are creating our lives that way. So I hope that helps, Patricia. Okay, thank you, Blueberry. I'm glad this is resonating with you. So Amy, I think you're saying when certain people complain, when others complain? Yes. So, right, we can get bothered by other people's complaining. We can get triggered because, all right, since we're talking about complaining today, let's look at that as energy. The energy of complaining doesn't feel great, right? It feels negative. We can feel that really clearly when someone is complaining to me. Then now that negative energy feels like I got it on me and I'm affected, and now my mood is being affected. But the same thing when we complain ourselves or even complain just to ourselves inside our mind, it's negative. So we're getting negative energy. So we get down, our mood goes down. And then we're creating that kind of day for ourselves. So again, no blame, no blaming, no shaming here. Just we want to be very clear that this is what's happening. We just want to realize it. And you see, I can see Blueberry agreeing with Amy, like we all can understand this. We're all in this process. We're going through this together. So Cody, you're saying when you complain, maybe you're saying it's not only negative, but there's also anger in there. So that's a good self-awareness. So complaining is this example that came up today. But yes, you're right. Sometimes we can see that we're choosing complaining, or we're choosing anger, we're choosing blame, we're choosing judgment. Sometimes we're just choosing to feel sorry for ourselves and to feel bad and to be like, it's not fair inside our head. There's so many things we can be choosing. It's okay though. It's all okay. I don't want you to get too hung up on it. So when I talk about emotional self-mastery, I usually talk about the importance of acceptance in relationship to choosing. And this is what I'm saying here. We have to accept quickly that that's what I was doing. Oh, I was being angry. I was complaining. I was feeling sorry for myself. I was hating on this person in my mind. Acceptance is it's okay, and forgive myself quickly. As soon as you can do that, you can make a shift. You can make a shift to a new choice. It's like changing the radio station. Like I was on complaining, negativity, anger, frustration. I would like to make a shift to a new choice. It's not faking it though. So let me talk about that a little bit. Let me respond to these and then talk about that because that's important. So Patricia, you're saying, I love when you remind us that it's just an energy whenever you say that. It's an aha moment. Yeah, and I think that realizing that helps us accept ourselves more quickly and easily. Like, oh, this is just energy inside of me coming up habitually. Again, it's okay. I'm complaining about complaining, Amy. Yes, that's good awareness, Amy. We all do that. I'm mad at myself for being so mad. I feel sad that I feel so sad. I'm anxious that I'm so anxious. They pile on top. We do this. Patricia is agreeing. They pile on top and we do this. So that's why we have to forgive ourselves quickly. It's okay. It's okay that I'm doing it. When we forgive ourselves quickly, it's like we just put it down. Like, I don't need to be engaged in it and wrestling with it. It's okay. This point is very linked in to the self-love topic. Fighting with yourself that you're complaining and now I'm mad that I'm mad and I'm judging that I'm judging. Now we are not loving ourselves at all and we're tumbling down a completely different rabbit hole. But if I don't want to, I can realize it at any moment and I can choose to get out of that rabbit hole. I can make a new choice. So Blueberry is saying it's a challenge to find the difference of anger that needs to be released and toxic thoughts. I would say don't worry about finding that difference too much. It's all interconnected. Like if you have a lot of anger inside, it's going to breed toxic thoughts. It's all interconnected. So just be aware of yourself, whether it's anger, the feeling, the emotion, or negative toxic thoughts. When you realize it, become conscious. Oh, this is where I am right now. This is where I am. Do I want to stay here? Is there something else I would like to choose? So Amy said, I love what you said. Choosing practice is meant to be empowering and healing and an act of self-love. Yes. And self-forgiveness. Yes. It's okay. You need to use those tools. It's okay. I forgive myself. Whatever phrases or putting your hands there, breathing out, whatever little tools and practices help you to kind of accept where you're stuck and not keep tumbling down there so that you can love yourself again. Choose to love yourself. That's the amazing thing about self-love. We can choose to love myself anytime. And I think I said that, started to say that last week. But it's a choice. Self-love is a choice. something we want to keep choosing and keep practicing so that we build a new habit and a new muscle. Yes, the faster we change the radio station, the more now we're making a habit to change the radio station. I was going to ask if it might come across as fake when we make the choice, especially if it would be normal to have a reaction. Yes, so let me speak to that because I think that's important. None of us want to be fake. I don't like it either. I'm not talking about that. In fact, I often say there's a little slight danger when it comes to affirmations. We have to be careful that we're not like forcing them and faking them, but we don't really feel it. We want to be a little careful and keep checking ourselves. So choosing is a little different than that. It's more about it's okay, like allowing that feeling as it is. It's okay to feel it. Like when I teach emotional self-mastery, I explain this more deeply, but it's okay to take a moment to realize where you are and be there. And frankly, you can stay there as long as you want. I just want you to become conscious. Oh, I'm choosing to stay here. Sometimes we need to, right? I'm choosing this frustration right now. I can't get out of it. I'm stuck in it. I'm choosing it. We need to kind of stay there until we can either accept it, forgive myself for it, let myself know it's totally okay, and sort of calm down a moment. Like when we can completely just embrace that that's what's happening, then we can make a new choice. And the choice should be a feeling, like not just faking it. I have to choose to be happy. I have to choose to be happy, not forcing it. Like having the conversation with yourself. Right now, I feel horrible. I'm full of complaints and negativity. I'm so mad that this person did X, Y, Z. Why is this happening? Blah, blah, blah. Feel yourself. Be honest. Feel yourself. Does this feel good? Do I want to stay here? Can I accept that I'm here? And is there something else that I would like to choose right now? Have an honest conversation with yourself. And then your inner wisdom starts to wake up naturally. Yeah, there's another choice. There's so many choices. How about we make a new choice? It's really helpful if you have a clear kind of goal of what you really want. So sometimes I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm going to talk about this a little more in perhaps even next week's conversation. Having the goal helps you choose. For instance, let's go backwards a little. Last week, self-love. This is my goal. I want to love myself more. I really do. So, okay, right now I'm not being loving to myself. I'm mad, I'm annoyed, I'm sad. What do I need to do to choose love for myself? Maybe that is go sit down, open a journal, and just write out this negative feeling. Write it out until it exhausts itself. Maybe that is call someone and ask for some guidance. I don't know. Maybe it's go for a walk in the sun by the river, sit there for a while, talk it out with myself, let myself sit with it until I'm ready to make a new choice. But I believe when we become more and more conscious of this process, we make new choices more quickly. It's about being conscious. It's not about force, and it's not about faking. And it's not about that we're bad or wrong because we were making that choice. This is natural. This is part of the human journey. These are old and deep. So we need to be kind and loving to ourselves, that we have them, we feel them, we got stuck there. And then when we're ready, keep the conversation. Is there something I can do to choose that would be more loving to myself right now? Sometimes, even me, I feel like I need to go sit down. Maybe I want to do a little bit of tapping and talk this feeling out until it exhausts itself. And now I'm ready to choose to be centered again. I'm ready to choose kindness to myself again. So that allowing period is very important. That's why this is not faking or forcing. That allowing, accepting period is very important. The more you do that consciously, I'm certain you'll start to increase the speed of how quickly you make a new choice. Okay, so yes, Blueberry, yes, you're agreeing with allowing the feeling. Cody, wanting energy and being energy are different. Wanting energy and being energy are different. Yes, they are. They're very different. Wanting is being in a lack state and wanting something because I feel I don't have it enough. And then that's going to affect my state of mind for sure. But being it is knowing, oh, I'm full. I'm full. This is my energy. This is who I am. This is what I can be. Whether it's peaceful or loving or joyful, whatever it is. Okay, makes sense, Patricia. I'm glad. Okay. I'm always afraid of coming off as fake or like I have my head in the sand, but I know that constant being is. That's right. So it's not about being fake. And as you say, Patricia, we can feel it's not healthy. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel loving. Okay, that self-love topic is big key here. Does this feel loving to me? It doesn't feel loving to be in a state of reaction. It doesn't feel loving to be in a state of negativity and complaint. Not to others, to myself. It doesn't feel loving to myself. Once I really, really feel that, not like mentally understanding everyone, so please be clear. It's not about mental understanding because that's going to cause you to like fight more. Bring all of this into the feeling. If we go way back in my conscious conversations, we talked about feel more, think less, feel more. So this is not about thinking, oh, Danielle said I have to choose, so I can't, I shouldn't be choosing this. No. You're just going to torture yourself that way. Allow the feeling, as Blueberry said, accept the feeling. It's okay that I feel this. This is normal. This is a life pattern. This is very old. This is a habit. Oh, this was unconscious behavior. I forgive myself for that. How does this feel in my body? Do I want to keep choosing this? Or would I like to choose something else, something different? This is a question I want you all to keep asking yourself. Don't forget, allow the feeling. I would never say don't allow the feeling. Come out of your judgments about yourself. Be with the feeling. Be loving to yourself no matter what the feeling is. Now you're going to be ready to make a new choice much more quickly. Actually, that's the wisdom here. The speed of making a new choice increases the more we just fully allow whatever the feeling is, be conscious about it, forgive ourselves for it. Our speed of making a new choice starts to pick up. So have this conversation with yourself, everyone. Keep feeling and asking, does this feel loving for me? What would I like to choose that would feel a little bit more loving for me? Maybe it's take 3 deep breaths. Just stop what I'm doing, stop what I'm thinking, stop what I'm saying. Walk away. Count to 10, count to 20, 20 breaths. Go lie down. Whatever it is, find what I can do that's a little more self-loving and start to increase those choices. And now you're moving towards creating more love for yourself in your life. Whatever you choose, you're creating. Whatever you choose grows in your life. That's the principle. Whatever we choose grows in our life. So I'll finish my conscious conversation here today. You have some homework to do. Become conscious of your choices. Have the conversation with yourself. What am I choosing now? Does this feel loving for me? And what else would I like to choose? Is there something that would be more loving for me? Okay, see how that goes. See how that makes you feel and see what that brings in your life. And I will see you next time. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for being here. See you next Tuesday. Oh, and last little thing to announce, my emotional self-mastery class that I'm often referencing these days because all of these conversations are related to the emotional self mastery and the 8 steps of emotional processing that I share. The next course begins this Thursday. So there's still a little time if you'd like to sign up. Please reach out to us. You can reach out to us by email, through EMTV, or if there's any other way you would like to reach out to me. If you're interested, I will need to get you registered and a Zoom link so you can join us starting this Thursday. It's 2 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern time for 8 weeks. So if you want to practice some energy exercises to help integrate these principles more, I highly recommend that course. We will practice integrating more deeply these topics. Thank you so much, Amy. I'm so glad it's helpful for you. I'm sending love to you all. Enjoy your practice, your choosing practice. Okay, I think there was a link dropped. Great. See you next time. Bye-bye.